So yesterday I posted a video called Halo Infinite Season 3 has issues. I also pointed out a couple of things that it did well, and this is just a quick follow-up. I did play the game a little bit more. I digested some more feedback from other players in the comments section because that video actually did really well. It has like 2,200 views right now and 100 comments. So I think 100 comments is a good range of feedback to gather and kind of come up with a conclusion. I've also seen, other streamers, YouTubers, and people on social media like Twitter and Facebook discussing Season 3 and their pros and cons. So let's start with the biggest positive that I can see. Well, it's more content, they delivered what they said they were going to deliver, and it brought back more users. Halo Infinite yesterday hit almost 13,000 concurrent users on Steam alone, which means that in total, if you add on Xbox, we were probably sitting around 40,000 people playing Halo Infinite at once, which is pretty good. That would be the highest it's been in exactly 1 year. So Season 3 has been the most successful season so far in terms of additional player gain in a percentage. This to me shows that people still want to play Halo. If Halo delivers a good product, or if 343 delivers a good Halo basically, people will play it. Streamers, YouTubers, fans, people from other games all want a good Halo game. Like, the viewership on Halo videos is always more than Halo players. Somebody like a Mint Blitz or a Hidden Xperia or an Actman can release a Halo video and get 500,000 views in a month. But there's only 10,000 players average on Steam. This is really simple, right? People want Halo content. People want Halo in their life. It's just Infinite hasn't so far really delivered on what they want. But this is overall good news, and yeah, 12,705 peak players yesterday. We'll see what it's like today. However, my suspicions may be correct, and I think a few people have said this as well. It looks like the drop-off is already happening. Now, I said in a previous video I think people will start to leave the game again after a couple of weeks because the new maps and mode and battle pass and things will start to get old very quickly. However, because of the performance issues, the desync issues, the weapon tuning, and some people not liking the bandit, and overall some people physically not being able to launch the game anymore, right now, during peak hours, there's only 6,000 people playing again. So we've gone back down to the same amount of players we had a couple of days ago, which isn't great. If this player count doesn't go up again, then what Halo Infinite basically did was deliver a bunch of hype in order for people to come back, and people didn't like what has been delivered, so they've left and gone back to whatever game they were playing beforehand. Now, it's good that Halo can entice people back. However, I think if this keeps happening over and over again, at one point, probably soon, we're going to reach the final straw and people just simply won't give it a chance anymore, and I think we're already getting there. Simple things that should have been found in QA, such as FPS dropping by 60 when you change your helmet, should have been found during QA testing. 343 employs people to QA test the game every single day. Me, as an owner of an indie studio, we QA test once every 2 weeks, and I can tell you with 100% confidence that somebody in our QA team would have found that immediately. So I have no idea what has happened there. Maps performing like poop as well is another one. The new maps, I'm on a 12GB GPU and I get like 90 FPS at best. It's just not acceptable. If I turn my settings down from high to a medium, I get like 110 again. But still, having to put my game on the lowest settings when I'm running a 12GB GPU just to get over 120 FPS should not be the experience that I'm having. I should be running Halo Infinite at like 140 FPS on high with a 12GB GPU. People who have 4GB of VRAM or less also can no longer launch the game at all. I had YouTube comments from 3 individuals who all had 4GB graphics cards, and they can't even launch the game. The minimum requirements on Steam, I think, ask for 4GB, which means that the minimum specs now need to be updated because the game is even worsely optimized than it was at release for some reason. Now, another good note, obviously, is we've reached seasonality. Seems that 343 will be bringing out content in 3-month stages, so Season 4 is rumoured to be in 3 months' time. Now, this is good. However, if the way of doing that is that you aren't thoroughly testing the things that you're introducing, and you're going to put out a subpar update every single time, you're going to do more damage than good. I would rather have 4-month seasons than 3, and you test the game for the extra month just to make sure that it's all good on launch day. Because first impressions mean a lot. I played Halo Infinite yesterday for a couple of hours, and to be honest, I don't think I'm going to launch the game again today. I don't know if I'll launch it again tomorrow, or maybe not even the rest of the week, and if I do, it's probably just going to be to film background gameplay for content. I don't want Halo Infinite to be a game that I only launch and play for content. I want to be able to launch it, sit down, and play, and not a single brain cell thinks, let's record. I just want to be able to sit down and play for fun. But at the moment, I don't feel like I can do that. But it's so easily doable. Just more thorough testing. Whether we need to do things like private flights where you invite a few hundred people to test the game in a more rigorous environment rather than just internally at 343. Give them a few more weeks or a month in the oven, so let the QA team find more bugs and the devs and things fix them. Or if it's Microsoft that's trying to rush it out, then somehow have a discussion with them about extending the length of seasons by a month. Another positive I mentioned yesterday, but I'll go over a bit more in depth, is the visuals of the game have improved. But if it's at the cost of performance, then I'm not sure if it was the right move. Hopefully they can optimize. But yeah, the UI in the game is a lot nicer now. Not everywhere, but in a few places, such as the background scene used for the matchmaking screen, the main menu, and the campaign menu. I haven't tested out other things such as Forge and custom games yet, but I assume every background scene that has like your live Spartan there has been vastly improved. The lighting seems so much more dynamic, the shadows are a lot better, and there's just a lot more objects going on in general and a lot more happening in those scenes. The post-game Carnage Report UI is also a lot nicer, easier to read. The only downside with it is I think there's some poor wording where I saw somebody get 1 death in a game and it said they underperformed. I think what the game means is that it expected him to die more, so he underperformed, which makes no sense. It's a very, very poor wording. So I think that's just a literacy issue, and that just needs to be fixed. But overall, the visuals of the UI and like the menu stuff is so much better. The new game mode, Escalation Slayer, is okay. To be honest, I think I might prefer it more in like a traditional gun game setting where you do level up after every single kill. I feel like that is also a mode, right? That's a separate mode that's coming. Or maybe it's already in the game but only for free-for-all. But the team variant where you have to get like 6 kills or something with each gun, or maybe it's 10 to like progress to the next loadout, is okay. It's more content at the end of the day, but I don't think it beats like traditional gun game where you have 1 weapon and you level up every time you get a kill. Another positive is like visually the maps look great as well. They just don't perform the best, but visually I really like Cliffhanger. And the lighting on Chasm is actually really nice. It's just a shame that Chasm as a map is a bit odd, with like being able to fall through the floor and it only being basically like 2 or 3 hallways that like connects to each other and stuff. It's not the best in terms of map design, but it's visually pleasing, and again it's more variation, it's more content. I prefer Cliffhanger. I just find it's a little bit too big. Don't know if they could make a couple changes to it to make it smaller or even just perform better. I think the reason it performs like poo is because it's actually way too big for 4v4, and other people have also expressed this as well. I've had people comment saying like more often than not the time limit is being reached rather than the score limit, which I think is an issue. The map just plays very slow. I'm encountering one player every 15 seconds, which in a Halo game feels very, very slow, even though Halo is like supposed to be the slow and methodical and skillful game. Cliffhanger just feels way too slow. But overall, I like the design of it, so that's a positive note. And finally, as I've basically touched on, is just it seems like 343 is getting there. Like overall, we're improving, right? It's slow and steady wins the race. However, I don't think they have the time to play it that way. I think in future, you've just got to get stuff out the door perfect. Like, they just need that one season where everything is just yes, yes, yes. We tick all the boxes. Nothing is broken. You've added 3 new maps and 3 new modes, new battle pass. The customization is better in terms of the armor core system. And then the shop prices may be a little bit better. However, I did check the shop, and to be honest, it was actually pretty good this time around. There's like these bundles now where you get like 10 items for like $20, which is pretty good. It's a lot better value than you used to get in the previous shops in Season 2. So we're slowly getting there. Like, they're making progress. I just think it's not quite enough yet overall. So I still think overall things look to be going in an upwards trajectory for Halo, and I'm happy about that. I just wish it could have been a little bit better, but at the end of the day, improvement is improvement, and hopefully we see more of it going forward. I have faith in the fact that 343 do listen now, and they are trying to action things. Maybe it's just a little bit more difficult than we as players anticipate, but hopefully they can deliver on future seasons, and keep this promise of like 3-month seasons. As I said, I don't think 4 would be an issue if it's needed, and yeah, I'm hopeful for the future. Biggest advice: shrink the 4v4 maps down, because I've seen the leaks for the the upcoming Season 4 ones. I've seen what Season 4 looks like, and the maps again just feel a bit too big for 4v4. They all look like 5v5 maps. So just a little bit smaller in scale of maps, please. So yeah, we'll see what happens. If there's any more patches, updates, anything gets added mid-season. And for more content and updates and things like that, stay tuned to the channel. Make sure to subscribe. And let me know your feedback in the comments. This is very much like a do-over of yesterday's video with a few extra points in there. And an overall like summary and first impressions after a full day of playing. So let me know yours. Let me know if the game improved for you. Some people are saying that it improved after a restart. Some people are saying they just needed a bit of time with the bandit rifle to get used to it. Some people are saying they just needed to edit a few settings and things to get their FPS up again. It seems like overall it was a very varied response. Some people hated it, some people loved it, some people in between felt like nothing really changed. So yeah, let me know how your experience was, and we'll see if things improve in the near future. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Goodbye.